Let's take a look now at a final checklist when we are creating sheet C definitions that we should consider. Want to verify the units of resolutions and the solids working area match up with your main 2D seed files. For example, don't mix survey foot and international foot. Also, you want to make sure to verify no levels other than the default and the required name boundaries are used in your DGN library. Make sure there's no element templates in your DGN library. Those aren't necessary, nor should there be any feature definitions or feature symbologies. Nor should there be annotation groups or definitions. Verify the named boundary in the 3D model is set to the correct level. Verify the named boundary is set to construction class. Verify the named boundary is set to 50% transparency. It's not required, but is a good best practice. In the clip volume settings of the named boundary, make sure the cut display style is set to wireframe for cross sections. In the presentation settings, make sure the base display style is set to wireframe display for cross sections. And the reason that we do these is so we don't see materials showing up in our cross sections. In the presentation settings, make sure that the fill setting is enabled. In a dual port view, such as a plan or a profile, has the second port's properties been renamed correctly? In the sheet model, has a paper size been set accordingly? In the sheet model, has the number of decimal places for accuracy been set to 8? We do this in case people want to use different scales with the same sheet C definition entry. For example, you might have a generic entry for plan sheets that could be any scale. And if you don't have these set to a high number, you'll get rounding and get odd distances in the Create Drawing dialogues. Have the name boundary corners been resnapped after the reference file is moved in the sheet model? If reference and title block or a border sheet, make sure that you delete the name boundary identifier that goes with that reference. Is there an annotation group set in the Create Drawing dialog, which is the second dialog when you're creating your sheets? Verify in that second dialog, the Create Drawing, that the scales match. Verify the references custom line style scale is toggled off, and that's in the sheet model reference attachment. Is a proper symbology set, including construction class and transparency for the name boundaries? If you need bar scales, are those required to be set up in the sheet model? Starting with the 2021 R1 release in the drawing models used for the plan ports, disable the Use View Flags option highlighted here. Also in the 2021 R1 release and later in the drawing models used for plan ports, enable the clip volume and the view attributes. That is shown here. With the 2021 R1 release and the drawing models used for plan ports, change the reference presentation synchronize view option to settings from design model. This way, when a user changes level displays in their design model, it will automatically be propagated to all of your sheet models. And lastly, in the plan sheet models, consider turning off construction class in the view attributes so they're not on by default when sheets are generated. If you use this checklist, it will help you stay organized in creating of your sheet C definition DGN libraries.